Online.
My name is Tiffany. My son is named Julian, and he's a kindergartner for Tacoma Online. We chose Tacoma Online because we were already on the fence trying to figure out if we're going to homeschool him or actually have him go to school. So it was an easy decision to go ahead and decide to put him in Tacoma Online.
Hello, I'm Amy Kamla. I'm a kindergarten teacher with Tacoma Online. This is my home classroom, basically. Show me with your fingers how many more days until we have our next 10 group. I've taught kindergarten and first grade mostly for the last 27 years. I moved to Tacoma Online as a result of the pandemic. First of all, I thought kindergarten online, how do you do that? Which I think is pretty common for a lot of people. But as I started doing it, I saw kind of this magic happened. Students were learning. They were excited to come to our meetings. They were starting to develop friendships, and it just was really a great experience.
What I like about Tacoma Online is it kind of feels like homeschool to me in some way. Like you already have your curriculum and everything already ready for you, but you also have the connection that he can have with his friends, and is a little bit more one-on-one, I feel like, because when you have the small groups, there's only like 4 kids in that classroom. So the teacher can really focus on making sure that Julian is able to be the best that he can be and learn whatever he needs to learn.
It doesn't always function like what you would expect at school, that they're in front of a teacher all day long getting those lessons. There's a lot of self-directed types of asynchronous learning. A typical day for a kindergartner in Tacoma Online would be that we have a morning meeting that they can join with their class, and we kind of set the tone for the day. So our question of the day is, have you ever left a tooth for the tooth fairy? And then we have individual assignments that the students work on asynchronously throughout the day. But then in the meantime, they also have small group instruction that happens for reading, for math, maybe for science. Jackson, what do you think about what's different between a circle and a sphere? Oh, a sphere can roll. I'm going to try that on my desk here. We're going to see if we can roll it. Does it roll? They also have live PE, music, and library once a week. We also have individual meetings with each student weekly, which is a critical part of their success. How many do you think you have?
Approximately.
What's your guess?
50.
You think you have 50? Okay, well, we'll see if your guess is correct.
Us having that time helped me to know what he needs more of in the home, and what, I can give myself a little bit more grace in as well.
One way that we've helped to develop those social skills and have some social time is through breakout rooms, and that's in our meetings that we send students into individual little rooms virtually, and they'll bring their own materials to that meeting and then play with each other while they're doing those things.
Whoa! Can't throw right here. I love it. Me too.
Having a learning coach is really critical for kindergartners. A learning coach could be a parent. It could be a grandparent. We've had older siblings. Someone that's there to help them to read things that they're not able to read on their own, to help find different things on the computer, help them with the times to see, this is the time that they're supposed to get on to their meetings. just to check in with them to make sure that they are completing their assignments.
It does take a lot of patience, and you have to give yourself grace, a lot of grace, to be able to do this, because everything is not going to come out perfect. You know, you're trying to not only take care of the kids, you're trying to take care of the house, but you're also trying to teach your child, you know, and make sure they stay on track. At first, to be honest, it was hard. The first few weeks was hard to kind of get a rhythm going. But once we got it done and he learned how to do a lot of the stuff on his own online, it helped a lot, especially with having a 2-year-old, trying to keep him on track and try to keep him from getting distracted wanting to play with his brother.
It's not just, working with that student. We're working with the whole family. We have pets that join our meetings, and a lot of the students get to know each other's pets, and they get to know each other's siblings. A lot of our younger siblings love to come and do some of our little dances and songs and games that we play in our meetings. So it's fun to see the whole family involved. I think that the relationships that I'm able to develop with my families and my students have been so much more than I could have ever imagined, and so much more than I ever had when I taught in person. And it's great to really build that partnership with families, because they're with us. We're right in their homes with them, and so we're all on the same team, wanting their student to be successful. Your needs as a family and see if there is a way for you to create a routine for your home environment for learning, a designated learning space. If you have someone who can function as their learning coach. Also, having a student that has a few independent skills, being able to maybe complete a couple of tasks independently is helpful.
I feel like if you're able to do it, I would say do it, because they're only going to be our babies for so long. And being able to teach them and be at home with them and spend time with them is like the most amazing thing to be a part of.